I'm Evelyn, and today I'm going to be talking briefly about writing a paper. So for starters, the basic format of a paper is usually double-spaced, 12-point font, Times New Roman, and 1-inch margins. I would double check with your professor just to make sure that's what they prefer. And I would also double check the rubric before you start writing your paper to see what they're going to be grading on, what they're looking for, and also what the overall format of your paper should be, such as APA, MLA, Chicago, stuff like that. And Katie will be talking about that in a separate video, so be sure to check that out. After you check out your rubric, you can begin writing your paper. Usually we start with an outline, and there's some handouts in the EHP office for you guys to pick up and use. So I usually begin with the introduction, but you can start anywhere you want. It could be where you're more intrigued to write your paper and actually sit down and do it. But the purpose of the introduction paragraph is to introduce your topic, what the whole paper is going to be like about and revolved around, and place your thesis. One major tip is to revisit your introduction paragraph once you finish your whole paper, just to make sure it fits in with the overall theme. And some things change, so it's okay to change your introduction paragraph to fit the rest of your paper. Next up is the body paragraphs. This is where all your research and evidence should be presented. It should all be related back to your main point, or also called your thesis. It is very important to be clear and concise in these paragraphs to get your point across. It is okay to use quotes here and there to support your ideas. Katie is also talking about how to cite different things in another video, so be sure to check that one out as well. So finally, you're going to write your conclusion. And when you make it to this point, you're almost there. It's the home stretch. So this is where you wrap up all the information that you just produced and you just wrote about. And an important tip for the conclusion is not to introduce any new information. You can restate in different wording, stuff that you think is important in the paper, and bring it down to the conclusion. So after all that hard work is done, it's so important to reread your paper. Have your roommate read it, your advisor, a tutor, even a parent, and really listen to the feedback that they give you to make your paper stronger. Alex has a video where she highlights the resources on campus that can help you with that, so be sure to watch that as well. So thank you for listening, and be sure to check out the other mentees' videos to learn more about writing a paper.